this is like part 2 of the video, so let's just, y'all probably will get who I'm talking about. The player that was linked to us for what the, I didn't ask for Ryan Rollins. Okay, now that was weird. So let's go back to sign free agents and say Chris Paul. Maybe, find this, oh, I can't even click him. Anyways, yeah, Chris Paul would have been the one that I was talking about, maybe he had, his final season with Milwaukee, play with Giannis and see what he can do. And plus, Giannis and the Bucks were the one that took, the championship away from him when he was in Phoenix. Like his first NBA Finals appearance. So, like, you can either, you can start like Chris Paul, or you can at least, but so, let me see something. Because I know he's with the Spurs, but, let's see if we can do something here. Because he's not going to get that, that big, player option that, people, like, probably what they say on here. So, wait, he's not even on here. And that was the last team he played for, was the Spurs. But do they still got him on here? No, they do not. Okay, so that's weird. How are they not going to have Chris Paul on here? He's played for that team. I know he was hurt, but still. But you can give final year like his contract for Chris Paul, and just keep him there for like a year and see how he does, and go from there. Oh, okay, this explains more. Of course, Burler rides with Damian Lillard because he's been with the team for 2 seasons. So, yeah. They can't do it on Giannis because he's already like committed. He's not on the I don't know. I guess because of that long commitment. So, but then again, like you see, Damian Lillard get paid this season, then has a player option after this coming season. So, oh, he is on there. Okay. Okay, so something I just really gotta look at, because I couldn't even see him. It was like I didn't click him yet. Free agent signing. So, yeah. Let's do that. And his contract, we're just gonna say, of course, standard contract. Just say 1 year, or we can like have if they want to keep him, do that in the player option, and no, I don't think he's gonna get that much because of his age. So I seriously doubt that. So you can do probably like $4 million. If you get good and decide keep his player option, we'll do 6, and that should do it. So I don't know why some of these people were expecting that he was gonna like get that much, and plus he's in the ending of his career. So he once was talking about he's gonna retire this season, and decide what, not gonna join the Spurs, but I'm gonna look for a option that I can play on and do that. So what, Bucks were at their starting point guard. But although it's kind of like deflected from about the age thing, because Paul's it's gonna be 40, and plus might as well keep him for one more season. So make him try to go hard on playing. And I think he's a better point guard than everybody realized. So he can score, he can pass, he can't defend. So like I don't know what his like legs on him now, but I'm just seeing before he went to the Spurs. So what, give him a year, 4.4 million. Then player option. If he decides no, I'm done, I'm going to retire, he can decline. So there you go. But they kind of say they want to like tell Giannis this is like a rebuilding stage, so they can do that. So guys, ignored. It says 17 roster. The roster is 17, which that means I can only able to sign a two-way player. But actually, it would be if I let Pat Connaughton go. You would have like 16, so you have a one spot left, and that would be for who you drafted in the draft. So I would use that idea to draft a center in the draft. So there are a few centers that out there that one of them, like Hanson Yang, was one of them that I did a video on, look at highlights and stuff like that. And there's another let me move this camera back. And there is like another person. You probably see his name, like Ryan Kullenberger. So we're gonna watch like a highlight video of him on the next video. So see how he is. So yeah, because they said that I think it was ESPN that projected him to go to the Bucks with their 47 pick. But you also can remember that the Bucks can also if they want to do cash considerations for draft, they can do that. So it's gonna be like somewhere in the second round. Maybe they'll try to get somebody in the early second round and go from there. Plus, if the person they want is not picked yet, then do that. But yeah, it's like because now they got some of these guys that's supposed to be in the second round now saying that it's possible they could be in the first round. So all you gotta do is sign that that get that center from the draft, and you still be under the first apron still after all that. So you probably would sign him maybe a multi-year deal, give him like maybe like start with $1 million, then go from there. Because I know like second round draft picks, you don't have to pay them much, but like maybe $1 million and stuff like that. So they can do that, and plus whoever they pick from the draft, and plus getting let's see, I think it was Tyler Smith, because he's probably going to play in the summer league. So I can't wait for the summer league in July. So it'll be fun and interesting. Then we'll probably know what we're dealing with. But if they somehow will end up just trading Kyle Kuzma, then I don't think that's going to happen. But I think they should work with him in the offseason and go from there. Maybe I have him be in the they say, because I think some of the FIBA games will be going on this summer, and yeah, he can join. They say he's going to join the Philippines team. So maybe get some work from that and get some more experience off of that. So it's just like one of those wait and sees. But yeah, like I said, I predict them to get a center in the draft, and just go on from there. And I think although it ain't much of a change, but at least you still got your own prospect, and although you got an aging Chris Paul, but at least you can try to see how Paul and Giannis connection work out, since Damian Lillard is going to be out for most of the next season. So be that starting veteran point guard, and you still got your young assets in here too. Let's see, like besides Giannis and Damian Lillard, and Chris Paul, and Thanasis too. You do have a mostly young team at best. So Bobby Portis still 30, but him and Giannis, I count them as still young, because that's the time you really hit your prime. Then you just got Damian Lillard and Chris Paul at the old age, and like I said, Kyle Kuzma is still 29. I think he'll be 30 by the time the season starts. But yeah, still got young assets, and if they decide to get somebody from the draft or something like that, who knows? And plus, maybe like after the draft, they'll probably get somebody that's not available after the second round. So things can happen, and whatever moves they made. So I know it's a crazy scenario, but I just thought this was a good idea. So, y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this idea. Am I crazy about this idea, or do you think, is actually a good idea? So, either way, we'd like to hear from y'all guys. So, comment below. Please like the video if you like today's video, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So, because the main plan is we're trying to do something big for 2026 for WFSO. We want to do like giveaways and like prizes and stuff like that too. So that's the main focus, that what we want to do. So please subscribe, and when we probably hit to 1,000 subscribers, we probably will do our very first giveaway. So even if it's like earlier this year, like, or maybe a few months or whatever. So when we reach 1,000, we will do that giveaway. So don't know what it is yet, but probably when it's close, I will figure out what it is and go from there. But anyway, guys, also over 2,700 videos and counting, the longest reigning YouTube channel, one of them I should say. And also, we don't just talk about Bucks content. We talk about wrestling content. We talk about Milwaukee development, and also comic books, movie, and TV news. So if you're interested in that, you will like this channel. Check out the website, WrestlingFansSpeakOut.weebly.com. Upcoming events in the Midwest, meet and greets, videos like this, and so much more. Thanks to our sponsors, Mike and Rob Thompson, and Midwest Wrestling Collectibles. So check out Midwest Wrestling Collectibles on Facebook with any wrestling merch that you might want. And plus, Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, I know it's coming down to the end of the month, but just please check on your people. You never know, they might need you at the right time. Well, anyways, man up, and face up, woman up. So until the next video, you guys have a good one.